What are your instant regret moments with your so? Laid a trail of flower petals to the bedroom where I put out some porn she likes. She didn't warn me she was coming home with her mom, and her mom came in first and followed the trail instead of excusing herself and going home. It's been 26 years and 2 other long-term relationships since that one, and yet it still lives rent-free in my head like it was yesterday. I accidentally called her by my ex's name after we had been dating for a year, not clearing my browser history. That time I jokingly said, "Are you really going to wear that?" right before we were heading out. I was trying to talk dirty with my wife. I meant to say put my fat cock in your mouth, but I got jumbled up and said put my cock in your fat mouth. That was the end of that little session. Did not have whipped cream. We thought of using Nutella to spice things up. We instantly had smeared shit vibes and aborted everything. Once, while we were dating, I got drunk and told her if we weren't together, I'd probably have tried to date her best friend. Immediate and lasting regret from that one. When I told him I found his mum difficult, he looked crestfallen and now just apologizes constantly whenever we're seeing them. Don't get me wrong, she is difficult, and that awkward combo of extremely boring hasn't left the house in 20 years, and extremely opinionated believes and repeats every word in the Telegraph, plus she has no real interest in her grandchild and seems to expect to be waited on hand and foot. But I think I could have phrased it much more delicately, or just kept my mouth shut since we don't see them that often. Wow, it almost tastes as good as your mom's. I got to the M&M's when I realized shit was about to go down. One time I tried to surprise my GF. I cooking dinner ended up setting off the fire alarm, and we had to eat burnt pasta with the windows wide open in the middle of winter. She still brings it up every time I suggest cooking. Got a challenge to check each other's phone at a party. I found a bunch of other guys she was keeping around just in case. Needless to say, an exo. That I didn't meet her earlier. Finding out my wife faked her pregnancy after we were married for about 7 months. I was stuck in this world and couldn't see the lies. I guess I was excited about it and just couldn't see through it, and the worst part is she printed out someone else's baby ultrasound of twins and said it was ours. She said she hated herself for doing it, and I always wondered if she did it to trick me into marrying her. But it's been 19 years ago, and we are still married. Forgetting our anniversary. Very common and the most dangerous lol. This was years ago obviously, but I took my ex to see The Fault in Our Stars for our 4-year anniversary, and I didn't know what it was about. She had just mentioned wanting to see it. I cried a lot that night. Shower sex. Why is regret trademarked? Doing idiotic things when young and have police search my phone. Everything when I was newly postpartum with our first baby. I was such a jerk to my husband. Marrying.